Hey Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading for the 10th to 17th of November. I am Charlene Lizette. Whether you are new or whether you are returning, a massive thank you to you. Either way, I hope you click subscribe and become a part of our collective. All right, Capricorn, we're going to pull out 7 cards for this week. Remember, on the 11th, we have that 11/11 portal. I made a whole video activation tutorial for you guys. I'm going to pop it up at the very end here so that you can go and watch it, all right, and really take advantage of this auspicious energy that is happening, helping us all to, manifest, call in what we desire, all right? The 11/11 portal is truly a grand opportunity for attracting really, really positive things into our life. We have imagination here, and it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Your astrology card is the last quarter. It says transition, letting go, forgiveness, adaptation. And then let's go here. You know, really interesting energy. You got some 4s hanging out here. Lots of water and cups. So emotions with, or maybe even deep emotions with respect to your stability, your security. It says baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense, okay? The 4 of Swords here is all about rest, recuperation. It's resetting, reflecting, reassessing. It's all the re's. The 4 of Swords is showing up here to say, hey, we get it. You've been going through it, okay? You've probably been working a lot. You've probably been burning the midnight oil. You probably have been feeling a little bit exhausted, you know, having to like really push yourself, okay? And do a lot of things that maybe have just really depleted you energetically. Also, like the energy, especially for this past weekend before this week, it wasn't like the easiest energy to deal with. Mercury is in the microwave in the sign of Sagittarius, conjunct Mars, okay? So, you know, very easy for there to be miscommunications, all right? Uranus is back in Taurus for its last little sting. We got a grand water trine. So there's all these things that are going on, and I talk a lot about them over in the 11/11 portal because that's what makes this energy, some of that is what makes this energy so potent for manifesting, but other aspects of this energy are really illuminating, okay, where the shift has to happen, you know, because this is a 9-year numerologically speaking. There has to be some sort of wrapping up of some cycles here. And the Hermit here reflects that as well. It's introspection, self-reflection. My advice to you as you enter into this week is to practice some stillness. Also pay attention to where you are refusing to experience wish fulfillment, happiness, peace, ease, bliss, joy in your life because of a fear of vulnerability, a fear of being iced out, a fear of being left out in the cold. The 9 of Cups ultimately is a wish fulfillment card, and you have it smack dab in the middle of your reading. So despite whatever might be happening up in your head, the reality of the situation is the source has your back. You're being guided in a certain way, but maybe it wasn't the way that you thought. So this is where we have to kind of just let go of expectations and attachments and allow ourselves to just experience things for what they are. The Page of Cups to the 8 of Pentacles, okay? The Page of Cups is all about wishing and dreaming and being imaginative and creative and being inspired and having, feelings, even though these feelings might be in their beginning stages because it's a page, okay? There's still things that need to be revealed. The 8 of Pentacles is about putting in that work. The 8 of Pentacles is about hard work. It is diligence. It is perseverance. It is focus. And the 5 of Pentacles talks about feeling like you're being left out in the cold. Now, I think really what this feeling of being left out in the cold has to do is that right now, Capricorn, you're really focused on the long-term goals. And when we focus on long-term goals, oftentimes what ends up happening is we end up isolating ourselves from the environments that bring us joy and bliss and ease and happiness, right? We isolate ourselves from, the very things that bring us the happiness that we're seeking to feel. So it's like we kind of get ourselves stuck in a rat wheel a little bit. At the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Swords and the Fool. So even Source is turning around and saying, like, get clear in your head here. Clear those cobwebs, okay? Because if you pour your love, your energy into what brings you happiness, what brings you peace, what brings you bliss, whether that's your career, your family life, you know, your personal projects, maybe it's the gym, maybe it's, I don't know, some home renovation thing, like you pour into what's going to fill your cup. That is the biggest piece of advice that I can give to you this week, especially because we have the 11/11 portal. Okay, at the end of this video, I'm going to pop that activation video to help you with utilizing that energy to manifest. Because again, I think that there's a lot of really positive things here. It's all about perspective, okay? Letting go of the things that maybe you thought weren't going to work out, but realizing rejection is redirection, right? Sometimes we got to take these leaps of faith without even knowing where we're going to go, just following our gut, our intuition, okay? Now, if you want to book a session, you want to work with me in any capacity, or you really want to get some help here with your finances, maybe you, you know, have some patterns with respect to your money, you got some money wounds, you want to release those, you want to learn how to attract cash flow with ease, and go sign up to my Money Magnet workshop, and my mailing list is down there as well. You're going to want to sign up to that as well, okay? All right, let's take a look, see here what's going on in love. We have the Fool, the Ace of Pentacles, and Temperance. And then we have Justice, Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. This could be a realization here about a relationship that you thought was going to be progressing in one direction, and maybe as you guys are getting to know each other, you're realizing you know, sometimes that happens as we're dating people, right? We're dating somebody, we think, oh, this is going to be so much fun, we're going to have such a great time. And then as we're going through the dating process, we start realizing, wait, I don't think this is the thing. I don't think this is the thing for me. Someday, somewhere, another time. Justice and the Fool. Open heart, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. This could also twin flame. Oh, I don't really buy into the twin flame stuff, but it could be mirroring shared feelings reflection, where you and this person realize that you guys have some sort of connection, but it just seems that just because you have the connection, it doesn't. You can't go where you want to go together. It's like two paths that are unable to weave together from a compatibility standpoint. You know, and I'm going to say this to you guys as somebody who's 40, who spent, you know, 6 years really, really healing and focusing on herself before entering into a new relationship. There are 5 pillars of compatibility in life, okay? And these 5 pillars of compatibility, if you don't have these with your partner and you are essentially unable to go down the same direction, right? Because you won't be able to navigate life's enigmas together. One is financial compatibility. Do you have the same financial goals? I once dated a guy who, when I told him that I you know, one of my main goals was to be a millionaire in life, he said, money is the root of all evil. I'd rather be poor for the rest of my life. My stupid ass was like, it's okay, we can make it work. No, we can't. Not with him anymore. This was years ago, okay? But that's financial incompatibility. Second is emotional. If you and your partner can't talk about your emotions and your feelings without one lashing out to the other, it ain't gonna work, okay? The 3 is mental compatibility. Do you guys talk? Do you guys understand each other? Do you guys, you know, have the ability to communicate? Okay. Then we have spiritual. Are you spiritually aligned? Doesn't mean that you have to, like, you know, agree to everything spiritually. You can be your own independent, but do you have space and compatibility in your spirituality? You know, if you, for example, have decided that you're going to be super, super ultra religious and your partner judged you for that, or super spiritual, because I had a guy who would criticize me all the time for being spiritual, there's a lack of alignment there. And finally is physical compatibility. Doesn't matter if you have all 4, but if you're not physically attracted to that person, I promise you that relationship will never go anywhere. It'll end up getting stuck all the time, all right? And I think, Capricorn, on the relationship aspect, there's a big lesson here to be learned. Okay. And ultimately, you're going to be the one that's going to make this decision here. You're going to get lots of clarity this week, and it's going to be for your betterment. So go use that 1111 energy to help you manifest your dream life. Okay. Here's the video. Like I said, you want to book a session, work with me in any capacity. It's down in the description box below. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes. We'll see you later, alligators. Peace out. Bye.